welcome to another episode of the Ask Amity Show. My name is Edmund.
I'm Jennifer.
And I'm Cindy.
And today we're going to talk about L-1 visas. Specifically, the topic today is how do you set up a branch office here in the U.S. to qualify for an L-1 visa? And Jennifer, can you tell us what an L-1 visa actually is?
Sure. So an L-1 visa is typically for people who are executives or managers of an overseas company and they want to come into the U.S. to work for their affiliate or some sort of related company. So that's for the L-1 visa.
Right. And Cindy, how do you get an L-1 visa?
So there are certain qualifications and criteria on the employer and the employee side. So for the employee side, you just need to have had some kind of management position in the foreign company, and you have had to have worked there for at least a year in the last 3 years in the foreign company in order to be to qualify for the L1 visa. Once you get the L1 visa, you can also bring your family over and they can work as well under certain conditions. And for the employer side, there are certain criteria as well. Jen, why don't you tell us?
Sure. So for the employer side is the qualifying relationship. So the two companies, the U.S. company and the foreign company, have to somehow be somewhat related. So they can be subsidiaries, branch offices, and they can be affiliates. So you have to show USCIS that these two companies are somewhat related, and that's why the foreign company is basically bringing on this person from their foreign offices to the U.S. office in order to, expand or get more business overseas. So that's kind of the criteria for the employer side.
So here at the office, we've been getting a lot of calls lately for L1 visas specifically.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Can you tell us why such a boom in L1 applications?
Sure. So for the reason why there's an increase in the L1 is because the EB5 visas are taking a lot longer now, and the H1B visas there's just the lottery is more and more every day is going to increase on how easy it is to actually get the lottery, and it's actually been quite difficult as people are turning in more and more applications for H1B.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why with the L1, people are turning to the L1 now to see to test their luck under the L1 visa. On top of that, there's no real monetary requirement. For the EB5, there are monetary requirements, $500,000 or $1 million investment requirement. For L1, there's no such monetary requirement.
Yep. And I think another thing, to even really consider maybe for L1 is that there really is no educational requirement. It's not like the H1B where, you have to be some sort of professional. L1 is mostly about experience. So if you have a long history of managing this type of industry, then you would probably qualify more for the L1 versus the H1B.
Well, thank you. Well, I think that's it for this episode. Thank you so much for joining us. If you have any questions about L1 visas, leave a comment below and we'll try to answer it on our next show. See you next time.